This is basically kind of a pre-alpha tech demo that they're showing off in order to get people excited and well lubricated for the experience that's going to be ahead. Now, what we want to do in today's episode is we're just going to work our way through the tutorial so that you understand the way that the game works. I personally have already played said tutorial, so I'm going to breeze through it very quickly. However, I will explain the things that I'm doing along the way. Every time we do something out of the tutorial, we're going to get a reward in the form of knowledge. He's going to give us some fuel units, some knowledge. I'm going to take Effective Worker. This knowledge can be spent on a number of different skill sets that make you better at various things. But I'm going to take Effective Worker because I feel like I'm always out of stamina when I play this game. I feel like I'm frequently all the way out of stamina. Oh, good lord, our stamina is super low. So what I'll do is I'll actually throw a fishing rod into the water right there for a minute. Fishing makes your stamina come back for some weird reason. And once my stamina is at a satisfactory level, you can see right there, this is the principal way that you're going to get your stamina back after it goes down during the daytime, because you can't really effectively sleep during the daytime. Now, this water has a current, which is a little unfortunate, but I think I can live with it. What's our next quest? Let's see what we got going on here. Our next quest is for character improvements. We already did that because that was buying the skill point that we needed. Instead, it wants us to take our hammer axe right now, destroy an object, and perform a heavy hit. We shouldn't have... I mean, I make heavy hits all the time, yo. I make heavy hits constantly. Ooh, my stamina is refilling. Why? I'm not really sure, but hey... Got a bunch of stamina. Oh, if you catch something, it makes your stamina come back. That's kind of cool. We can press the E key to get inside of our basket and take a look at what we've got. We've got a puffer fish. Restores 4% hunger. Cool. And then we've also got wet perfumed bedding. Someone actually tried to boil perfumed beddings in the hope of cooking onion soup. It didn't work out. If put in a bed, it has bed comfort of 45%, given the selected quality. Oh, that's pretty cool. All right, I've never caught anything out of the ocean before, so that would explain why we got our stamina back so quickly. The hammer axe is going to be hotkeyed to our 3 key. If you look on the right-hand corner of the screen, there's empty hands, which we can use just to manipulate stuff. We've got the shovel, which allows us to build things. We've got a hammer axe, which allows us to damage or repair objects. We've got ourselves a seed pouch so that we can plant seeds. We've got ourselves a reaping hook so that we can reap those seeds once they grow and they turn into beautiful little buds. And then we've also got ourselves a fertilizer bag. We've got ourselves a fishing rod, and we've got ourselves our inventory or our basket. Now, I saw an area down here that I really liked that I wanted to start out in, so I'm going to look for that first, because there was a little clearing over here somewhere, and I liked it a lot. Like a lot. I don't know if it's going to be over here, though. We're being slowed by the progress of these weird tentacle-ass vines that are getting up and in the way. I don't think I like anything over there, so I think we're going to need climbing ropes in order to get to the area that I want, because we can't just go over these little ledges right here. They represent different layers. So let's break out the hammer axe, and instead, we'll just do some of the things they want us to do. And I personally, knowing how the tutorial goes, will gather up some of these bushes, because I'm going to need the stuff that these bushes provide anyways. If you click and hold down, you'll get a little exclamation point above your head. You can do a heavy hit right there, which will allow you to one-shot most objects. But it didn't seem to one-shot rocks. That was the big exception, is that the rocks were not down with being bashed today. They were not in the mood. They were not feeling it. And so I was like, all right, well, I just won't bash you today. It seems like a dick move to bash somebody when they don't want to be bashed. Seems like a dick move to bash somebody anyways. Like, you know, what has he possibly done at this point in the game that deserves bashing? Oh, that's hay right there. Okay, and we also needed logs. So I'll chop up one of those little logs right there. My first inclination when I first started playing this was to be like, chop down the gnarliest tree. I am the king of the land. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. And so we've done that quest right there. We got a little bit more knowledge. I've only got 2. I'd like to bring that up. It costs 8 to take it to level 2. So that's a bummer. I would like to have better stamina. Stamina is always out in this game in my experience. Now, it wants us to eat a piece of bread, which can be done pretty simply by going to your inventory and right-clicking on the bread that they have so generously started you off with. A few more fuel units for the stack right there, and now we're on the climbing rope mission. So it wants us to learn how to climb. Climbing is actually pretty simple. It doesn't work like you expect it to in like Terraria or anything like that. Instead, climbing in this game is much more relegated to you go to the build menu, you go to utilities, and then you go over to climbing rope. And once you've got the climbing rope on your clicker, you can place a rope right there that allows you to get up and over that ledge. I like that area, but I'm thinking I'm going to put something in right here. I'm going to try and find that lovely little spot that I was looking at when we were in the airship, because there was a really sweet spot down here that I felt pretty enthused about. I can't place that right there because there's bushes in the way. Oh, that goes down. It doesn't go up. Okay, I was thinking it was going the other way. Here we go. I think this was the area that I was looking at for a lot of my development. I seem to remember seeing limestone down here, and I wanted to have a good stone supply in the area. Yeah, this is absolutely beautiful right here. This is a great spot. So this is where we're going to be at from now on. We've placed the climbing ropes. The game is pleased. The great god of the machine has been rolled over, and I can sleep through the night by making myself... Got to get 5 logs of every type, and then I need 100 leaves, and I can craft for myself a tent. I'm going to go ahead and do that now with my hammer axe. Yep, 12 leaves from right there, 10 more leaves from right there. How am I looking on leaf supply right now? I got 78. Another reason why I wanted to come down here, there's actually a lot of bushes down here, and we got to do this thing like, you know, it's like the 70s down here. And so we've got lots and lots of leaf supplies, which I actually did not have on the last map that I played, and it became somewhat of a challenge. I will also chop this tree down just to get a whole bunch of apple wood ready to go. It also looks like I can chop down that stump. So let's just get that out of the way so that when we decide to build, we can build freely without having to worry about anything. I'm going to claim my reward. We can sleep once nighttime gets here. You can't actively sleep during the day. What we can do is we can get a tent ready so that once nighttime gets here, we are free to sleep. And so I'm going to put my tent right there. Good spot for my tent. I like it. And then we'll go back to our inventory menu. That is done. Where are my fuel units at? So from that, we got another hawker's post. It wants us to place that hawker's post. The function of it is that if you've got a hawker's post, like this one right here, what'll happen is every day at midday, someone will come by and try to sell you objects. It's pretty sweet, and you actually have to use the trader. You have a symbiotic relationship in this game with the trader. He has things that you can't craft for yourself that you need for basic construction. So things like nails, hammers, stuff like that that gets you moving. It wants me to trade with the hawker. That's going to happen at midday. As of right now, I don't know exactly where the clock is. I think it's right there. It's midday of day 1. Sleeping during midday refills your stamina incredibly slowly. Well, then let's not worry about that. Instead, let's truck back over this way. Ah, there he is. And so the hawker has returned, and luckily he came to the right hawker's post. I had him go to the wrong hawker. So you start next to a hawker's post too, in case you were wondering. Ooh, don't get swept away by the tide. Tides are super dangerous in this game and can be like game ending, so watch out for them. It wants me to buy and sell stuff. I'm going to sell him a puffer fish by shift clicking. You can sell anything from your inventory by shift clicking while his little UI is open. I'm also going to sell off all these bugs. I assume those are going to be used for dyes later on, but I'm not 100% on that. I'm going to get rid of the apple bark for now because I don't think I'm going to use it, and I'm super overweight. Like, I've got way too much. I'm holding that weight right now, dude. Holding that weight, and my orc can't be slanging like that right now. He's got priors. He's on parole. It's all ugly. So what we need to do now is what I want to buy from you is a whole bunch of nails. And then per the tutorial, which you and I didn't even read because I've memorized it, we need to grab ourselves all of the seeds that he has available. And so we are going to take this trader's seed and we will plant it in our soil, and it will be so fruitful. And so there it is. We're actually spending a ton of money right now. If you look in the top left-hand corner, you can see how much cash we have. I'm going to sell off the oak logs. They're pretty valuable, but I don't want to carry around the extra weight with me right now. And so there it is. He buys nearly everything. He's not kidding when he says that either. He does actually buy nearly everything. Now that we've done that quest and we've bought all the things off of his inventory, we have 8 knowledge. Oh, really? We can get 25% more stamina by doing that. Sure, I'll do 25% more stamina. And for right now, my guess would be that we should probably spend a wee bit of time fishing. And so we reach the end, we get 5 knowledge for free, and it takes us to the stamina menu, where we can learn how to, let's see, the setup of a proper bedroom. So claim the reward, and then we'll do the fishing. There it is, hunger and bread. Weirdly enough, we appear to have done all this. You will likely run out of bread soon. Besides foraging in nature and cooking fish, you can also bake your own bread with oat and yeast. So yeast can be easily brought from the hawker. Oat is a result of farming. The farming category, okay. Gotcha. And so we'll take this a little bit slower now. I actually need to buy yeast then before he leaves. Do you have yeast? You have potato soap? The hell do I need soap for? I'm an orc. No self-respecting orc would walk around all perfumed up and disgusting. That's not what we're about. Oh, wow, that's expensive. Okay, well, I'll buy some of it, but I'm not going to buy too much for right now. We are physically overweight at the moment, and that means we're going to move a little bit slower. But I have a plan. We are going to... I don't know what that signpost is for. It's a guidepost. Okay. You remember, there used to be like a... I think there used to be a magazine called Guideposts or something like that. It was like a Christian magazine or something. My mom used to get it. I'm going to throw that out there. And we are going to have to steer this so as to keep it from getting swept away with the tides. The tides are pretty strong right now. Watch out for them. They'll get you into trouble. Don't swim in water that has like open tides and things like that. Seriously, you'll get swept up against the wall and you'll never escape. And it'll be horrifying and terrifying and it'll be the worst. Oh, good. We've got enough like line and reel right here to where we can actually do something with this. So I'm going to chill until we catch something with our fishing rod. And while we didn't manage to get any bites out of this situation, I wasn't able to catch anything. What you'll note is that our stamina has recovered a little bit, which is good because we were actually flying a little bit low right there. I was a tiny bit worried we were going to crash into the power lines of exhaustion. So I'll reel that back in, and that gave us a decent amount of stamina. You can't die in this game. What you can do, though, is you can get too tired to really do anything. And so you got to watch out for it. He hasn't left yet, so apparently it's still midday. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll start thinking about some of this farming stuff that the game seems to want us to do. So let me get out my hand axe, or I call it the ham axe because it's like, you know, it's a hammer axe. What can we craft around here? So we have climbing ropes. We have ourselves some planks right there, but we got to figure out how we can process planks. So in order to make a sawmill, we're going to need an iron ingot, which is a little terrifying. What else does it want us to do? Refilling our stocks. So in terms of the survival menu, we've got knowledge, we've got 200 nails because it wanted us to claim the reward and check. Okay, so it just wants us to go through this right now. So there it is. Status effect changes. So hunger and stamina, as these go down, all it's explaining right here is that if you mouse over these, you have like a 52% chance to get positive effects right now when you do stuff. 89% from hunger. As it goes negative, the opposite will happen. You'll have like a 5% or a 10% for something bad to happen when you go out and do stuff because you're tired and you're exhausted and you're not really able to focus. So that's the fundamental mechanic that the game is playing around with right now. These 2 meters don't really do anything. Intoxication is going to increase your luck at the expense of making you, I think, like stumbly and shitty. And then body temperature is another thing that hasn't been implemented yet. But I do like the way that the developer, when you mouse over these things, he kind of gives you a little explanation as to, like, what his thought process is. Like, why has he put this here, and what is he thinking about doing with it? I think that's a really cool thing, and I think it helps the player out quite a bit in understanding where the game's going in the future and what things they're thinking about implementing. I don't think I can chop down these brushes. Can I actually... Oh, I can do that, though. Alright, so let's clear this area out. It looks like we're going to get some seeds here, but I want all of this brush cleared out of the way. And so if I can clear brush, that's a fantastic afternoon for us. So let's go ahead and just move this all out of the way. It should be fairly lightweight. I don't think it'll cost us too much to move all of this. But we're using our scythe right now to kind of just get all of this grass out of the way. So we have a nice little equitable area where we can do farming in the future. Now, I don't think we have a hoe or anything like that, but we do have a fertilizer bag. And it looks like we can strew... Do I have fertilizer in my inventory right now? Let me have a look. I've got 47 fertilizer, and so presumably that's going down every single time I try to do that. Now, I've never planted anything just yet, and so I would like to. We've got a seed pouch. We've got to prepare the land, though. Well, is there outdoor floors? So is there like a prepared land type area? Land is required to put seeds in, except tree seeds, which require no land at all. So, yep, I was right. Oh, we craft that through there, and then we use it. Okay. So make me like 10 land. That seems alright. I'm going to make some oat seeds and see how this goes. So we have land right there. Now that we have that... we can click right there. Okay. Cool, I found it. And so let's take our land here. I didn't mean to do that on that side. That was an accident. And we'll just make like one brief little line on this side. Something to get us started. Then with our seeds, it looks like we have oat seeds available, 15 of them to be frank. And so we'll drop that in there. Normally I like to be Matt, but today I'm trying on Frank's hat. So we'll put that right there. And since we've managed to get that done, coping with status effects, get the motivated status effect. And so high statuses like hunger and stamina lead to motivated. Motivated apparently comes with another status effect, which is chosen randomly if you keep your high statuses. There you go. We have managed to farm some stuff, though. We've prepared some land. We've planted some oats. Oh, I already did that, though. Maybe it doesn't stock up. Well, here, I'll put another one right there just to say that I did. And then we'll take a look on this. Plant a bunch of oats. Oh, it wants me to do a ton of them. Well, with the knowledge that I have right now, we've got a gourmand. Maximal hunger goes up. Living lobster. I think I'm going to go with bleeding resistance by 20%. I wonder if something's going to attack me. Increases your target's aggression reduction for every one of your punches by 20% in total. Oh shit, something is going to attack me. That's a little horrifying. I don't know how I feel about that. It can be a centipede. Restores your movement penalty caused by slowing grounds. Like, oh cool, yeah, I like that. That sounds fun. I could do that. And then 8 knowledge to get 20% stamina loss. I'm probably actually going to put a whole bunch of points into that because stamina loss is rough. I think it's nighttime now. It's dusk. You're getting a bit exhausted. So let's eat our dinner. Have a little bit. We'll break our fast here for the last little chunk of the day. Now that our hunger's full, I'm going to show you something here. We can actually sleep inside of this location. Now our hunger is going to go down very quickly from sleeping, so watch out from that. But we'll wake up once it gets down to 2 negative, so it's not like the game forces you into an unmanageable situation by, you know, making you lay there until this entire bar is full and red, and then you're just like, oh, WTF, my life is ruined. So these plants, I don't know if these need to be watered or whatever, but we should probably check out the survival menu. Or no, the farming menu. So it wants me to continue creating more land. I'm going to do that, actually. The game wants me to do it, therefore I'm going to do it. We have land right here. There we go. And now that we've got the land placed, I'm going to take these oat seeds, or what are these right here? Sugar beet seeds. I don't want sugar beet seeds. I want oat seeds. Do I have any oat seeds left? There we go. That's what I'm looking to find right there. Use the mouse button to change the seed. Oh, cool. All right. Got grass seed. There's our oat seeds. So let's go ahead and we'll plant these over here. And that looks like a little placeholder flag or something like that. I don't know if that's supposed to be... Did we just plant oat seeds? All right, so oat seeds have been planted. We claim our reward. And then plant density. You have to consider when planting oat can be shown by clicking on the small green dot at the bottom of the screen near your statuses. Oh, plant density. Okay. So apparently there's a right way and there's a wrong way to do planting, and we find that out by clicking on this right here. It looks like they're pretty happy. Everything in this game has a quality. I don't know if you've noticed that so far, but every item in the game has like a star rating for how good it is, and that's how much it'll sell for or how useful it'll be when it's used as a constituent of something else. This game is looking like it's also going to have like water pipes and all kinds of flow and engineering and stuff like that, and so this might be one of those games that you'll get into if you're into stuff like Factorio. Eutrophy. So check the sugar beet seeds you hopefully already bought from the hawker. They're a common way to make some good money early on, and they sell very well. Place the mouse button seed. Okay, so we got a property called Eutrophy. The optimal eutrophy is 4. The yellow dot will show us eutrophy. I don't even know what eutrophy is. I should have paid attention that day. So let's say that I click on this. How do I tell what the eutrophy is? I'm assuming just that little meter is filled up. From what I know about sugarcane farming is that it requires a lot of water. So we might have to put it in water, maybe? I don't know. Let's have a look at our sugar beet seeds here. Oh, it shows you how much you need. So it needs a eutrophy of that amount. And then they need to be put on prepared ground once again. So let's take this. We'll go back to our prepared ground here. We've actually got a decent amount of eutrophy along the edge on this side. And it stays for quite some time. So I'm just going to line this up with the rest of my crops and make it look all nice and purty. And then from there, we will hang that cane. So there it is. We've hung a little bit of cane. I'm going to turn off that menu right there. And then from this guy, I would like to, if you've got anything else, I'd love to buy it from you. Yeah, so he's got a few more seeds today, so that's good. I'll take all the seeds. And what does it want me to do with regards to the eutrophy quest? So we've got a claim reward right there. Sugar beets. Using the building menu, you can plant some sugar beets. Plant a couple of sugar beets into the prepared land. Okay, so if I have already done that, it looks like it doesn't backtrack for me. I will, however, take this back to sugar beet. And that requires a eutrophy of that amount right there. Let's go ahead and do that right there. And we'll just get these planted. Perfect. So that's done. Planting sugar beets in any way you like, as long as the ground's eutrophy is... Okay, so later on we'll be able to manipulate the ground. Plant a couple of sugar beets. Well, we already did that, and it doesn't appear to have fulfilled the quest. So we have... Oh, because that was hop seeds. Apparently, it changed my ish around. Is there any way for me to get rid of this stuff? I can, good. Okay, so let me get my seeds back real fast, since I don't know what happened right there, but my guess is that in some way it was my fault. Ah, that's why. Okay. There it is. So we've got sugar beets right there. Very cool. That sounds like a nickname like your southern auntie would give you. She'd be like, come here, sugar beet. And I'm like, don't call me sugar beet. That's a punk name. I don't know. Call me man mauler or something. I don't know. Give me something with a little bit of masculinity to it. You know what I mean? He who slays the wolf. Add something on there, you know? Boost my confidence a little bit. All right, so sugar beets are done. Planting hops. I had already done that. So hop seeds go up on scaffolds. Man, it wants me to plant all kinds of stuff today. I'm going to repair some fields here. Let's get this moving on this side. I know this is going to use up a grip of my stamina. But frankly, I need there to be less grass in this area. It's all in my way, and I just don't want it there. Perfect. Clear that on out and make it nice and equitable to live inside of. And then actually, I'm going to sell him my grass seeds. Hey, bro, you want grass seeds? I got like 200 grass right now, so... Oh, shit, son. I sold my entire stack. Okay, so if you hold down control, it sells the entire stack. I wanted to sell you grass seeds, too, but it looks like I think I already got them, so that's not going to be that big of a deal. Do you get the stuff that I just sold you? Yeah, because I'd like to get that back. That was my badsies, and it does look like it gives you a buyback deal, just in case you accidentally sell something. So for the hops, I mean, we gotta grow a tree, right? Can I chop this tree? Like, oh, that's gonna take some effort. All right, let's put some big chops into this one. Yep, get on out of here, tree. Ain't nobody want you on my land. Get off my land, tree. And now that we've gotten the tree off of our land, what can I do with that wood that I currently... So do I have to plane this wood? Like, how do I... So we've got a home oak stick. We've got straw bushes, piles of leaves. We can plant chanterelle. We've got outdoor floors. So I can neutralize the floor, I can do land, or I can do a bridge. Bridge is placed on water, but that looks like it takes a lumber plank, and I just don't have planks right now. So my consideration would be then, how do I get planks? Do I need to buy them from the trader? Or how does this proceed? He doesn't have iron ingots on him, so I don't think that's going to be anything to consider for right now. I will, however, eat a whole bunch of food just to keep our status up, and we are overweight right now. Let's have a look and see if there's anything around that acts as like a chest. Like something dirt nasty cheap that we can craft real quick. Just to make sure we've got some storage space and I don't gotta like waste my stuff. So there's nothing right there. It does look like we're gonna need planks before I can do anything else. We're gonna need boards and planks for a lot of this stuff. And so my question becomes, how do I get said boards and planks? I would assume there's a sawmill in here somewhere in the productions menu. So we've got a furnace right there, which if we have limestone, we can do that. We've got a sawmill, which takes raw wood, but it also requires, so it looks like the order we're going to have to follow is we build a furnace first, then we build a sawmill. So I'm going to get on that. I don't have enough resources to do this. What do you mean? There we go. So we'll mash that out. We are super overweight right now, but I can live with that because we're going to use up a ton of wood making this right here. So I'm going to make a furnace. Perfect. I don't know how... Ooh, it's a good furnace, too. It's got 5 stars. Hooray! Our Yelp score on furnacing has gone up. Furnacating. It looks like I need... Oh, that was for the sawmill. I didn't want the sawmill. Instead, what I would prefer to do is if we go to our inventory, I would like this furnace. And no, I don't want to be inside the trader inventory right now. I would instead like to build that where... Oh, it's little. Okay. So we've got a little tiny, so we can set it in a wall placement or whatever. But let me drop that out of my hand, and let's say that I want to interact with this. So we put in raw materials like fuel, and then we take iron ore, and it should kick something back out, whether it be oat bread, or baked puffer fish, or an iron ingot. This is a good spot to stop for the day. My name is Splattercat. This game is called Orcish Inn. I hope you guys have liked it so far. I'm going to fiddle around with it for a little while longer. The game saves, which as of lately has been like a major bonus. Seriously, don't underestimate how many games just like refuse to save nowadays that I've been playing on the channel. I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.